Here's a nasty thought or fact. 1 out of every 3 Americans is housing a parasite. That's nasty. I mean, just the thought of having those creepy, nasty things crawling around inside of you. I mean, who wants that? So think about this though. The next time you go out to lunch with a couple of your friends and just look around and try to figure out which one of them, including yourself, might have that parasite or those parasites in them. You know, it's usually the way you can figure it out, it's usually the one that eats the most. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. So, but there are ways to know, and there are symptoms that do indicate, or you can tell, there are telltale signs that you indeed may have a parasite that you are housing or harboring. And I just want to give you a few of these things. However, I have to tell you, the list is rather long, and it's not all inclusive, and it doesn't mean that you have to have every one of these indicators. But, you know, if you are one that you can say, yeah, that's me, I have that, yep, I experienced that, it would behoove you to go to your doctor and get checked out to see, in fact, if you are the one out of the 3 that has the parasite. Anyway, getting to the list here, some of they're very good list of indicators is in anemia, nausea, diarrhea, weight loss, abdominal pain, a lack of appetite, general weakness, grinding your teeth when you sleep. Who would have thought, right? Uh, Pain or aching in your muscles or in your joints. It's arthritis. That just simply means inflammation of a joint. But the parasite in you could be cause for the inflammation or the pain that you're experiencing in your joints. Never fully satisfied, feeling full after your meals. See, it goes back to the one that eats the most when you go out to lunch. Anyway, skin irritation or unexplained rash, hives, rosacea, or eczema could be parasitically promoted or induced. Fatigue, exhaustion, depression, frequent feeling of apathy, trouble falling asleep, or waking up multiple times during the night. It may not be, you know, your bladder or your kidneys. It could be that you have parasitic infestation. Uh, Also, unexplained constipation, diarrhea, gas, or other symptoms of irritable bowel. And travel, if you've traveled internationally and you're getting traveler's diarrhea abroad, really a strong indicator. You don't even need the others on this list. You know that indeed you've picked up a traveler that you're bringing back with you. Or a history of food poisoning and your digestion has not been the same since. Well, it could have been that the causative factor of the food poisoning was the fact that you, in addition to the chicken or the bacon or whatever it was, you carried in some parasites that are now alive and well and partying in your belly. Anyway, basically, you got to know that everybody here is at risk. All of us are. If you cook your own meat at home, if you have pets, if you've had food poisoning, like I mentioned earlier, there's a good chance you ran into these guys, and these guys are part of your partners or your peas now, as they say. But you know, letting the parasite go unchecked doesn't mean you have to deal with these stomach issues. You don't want to do that. And you don't want to bury your head in the sand. You know, it's not one of those situations where ignorance is bliss. You don't want to be ignorant about this. You want to go ahead and figure out if indeed you do have it. And then after having done that, you know, do something about it. So, because there's a fact that housing parasites in some extenuating circumstances, it can result in a fatality. I mean, it could kill you indeed. So you want to knock these freeloaders out of your system as quickly as possible. And there's basically 3 types or 3 groups of parasites that you know we can harbor. And like I said, if you like your foods a little more raw than well done, if you have pets, if you've traveled internationally, if you've had food poisoning and things of that nature, really strong indicators. You don't have to wait and see if you know these other symptoms develop. You want to act on it quickly. And if you do, you do want to get something in you that acts like a bouncer in a nightclub. And because of this fact, and because of the education that we get, because of the fact that we want to help all of the individuals that come to us enjoy the best performance of your life or of their life, we do have supplements that we can address this issue with, and they are very, very effective, as a matter of fact. So look, first and foremost, see if you were on that list. If you said, yep, I got that, yeah, that's me. Go to a doctor. If you're not in our area, go to a doctor that is versed in this situation. Get the testing that he or she may recommend so that you can find out empirically, definitely, if you have parasites. And if if you live in this area and you do want to get checked out, if you want to know, if you want to be helped even more so, I mean, if you want to be helped and you want to enjoy the best performance of your life, please don't hesitate in giving us a call. We'll be able to help you. Even if you are one of our distance clients, we can go ahead and supply that which you are in need of, okay? So thank you for allowing me to share this information with you. And again, using your imagination. Every time you feel a little tickle or itch around the belly or something, oh my gosh, just the thought of it, right? Hey, do something about it. Get checked out, act upon it, and be relieved of it, okay? Until the next video, and as always, we want to thank you and say, God bless.